Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Mark the Shark coming back at you from the cooler with Japan 43.W.3 Operation Skyhook. This time around, the Japanese have 36 to spend and a blockade to break if it can be done. But since they have 36 to spend, they'll be using 22 on 2 tacticals, 10 on 1 fighter, and 4 on 2 militia. Going to be researching advanced anti-submarine warfare and advanced artillery, just because I like failing at new things. So we'll grab a die here and hope it's lucky. Go for, which one did I write down first? Advanced ASW is first. That needs a 7 or better. And I got a 2, so that won't work. And advanced artillery is also a 7 or better. And that's a 4. So Japan keeps betting almost 1,000 on not getting any research rolls. Alright, well, as I said, I'm going to attempt to break the blockade here in C-Zone 56. I'm going to do a walk-on here in Primorsky Krai because I have to. Sorry, Panzer King. The jet fighters coming over from the U.S. through that Lend-Lease route, that needs to stop. And if you hadn't, if everybody wasn't picking on me, I would not be snare-minded about this, but I'm going to do a walk-on there. Also a walk-on in eastern Manchuria. And the fight down there in Benares. Tank, can you see that? Probably not. Let's get where maybe that can be seen. Whee! Okay. There's going to be, this tank is going to travel 1 and then up to Benares for its second movement. The river's on my side of the border, so there's no river penalty. I'm going to bring this tank and this infantry across, and this tank from over here is going to go into southern India and up into Benares. Down south in Africa, doing some things. Going to use the 2 tanks, this tank, and they're going to invade right over here in what's that? Portuguese East Africa. This infantry that's in Rhodesia is going to drop down here into Buchanan land and put a Japanese roundel on that. We hope it's a walk-on, so that one should be successful. I don't know about any of the rest of them, but that one at least should be successful. And over here in the C-Zone 56, I am going to be using where is it at? The sub from C-Zone 90 is going to go 1, 2, 3 into that C-Zone. I have a fighter in Tokyo, 2 tacticals here in Honshu, and a fighter. They'll also be going to joining that battle, as well as 2 kamikazes. That will be the second set of kamikazes I've used. I'll have 2 left for the rest of the game after this round. So that's all of that. I'm going to get the pieces moved around here so I can get those on the battle board that need to be on the battle board. 1, 2, 3 tanks and infantry. Oh, and the strategic bomber is also flying over there and attacking what is now, after the mistakes were fixed from the last round, will be 2 Gurkhas and 1 colonial infantry. That'll be the first one I'll set up on the battle board, because that one will be you know, the way it is. Ugh. Okay. And infantry at 2, 3 tanks at 6. These kamikazes are for the next battle. Got 2 Gurkhas at 4. Colonial infantry at 4. And a strategic bomber with 3 dice at 2 for carpet bombing. Okay. 3 dice at 2. Let me get this back over here where that can be seen. Yeah, leaning across there, it looks like that can be seen. 3 dice at 2 for the carpet bombing, and it was highly unsuccessful. Let's roll for an infantry at 2, and that's an 8. That's no good. 3 tanks at 6. 1 hit. 1 measly hit. Okay. I'm sure he'll lose the colonial infantry. The strategic bomber is no longer involved. Now he can defend 3 at 4. 6, 5, and 8. All misses. Yay me. Okay. So the colonial infantry will be gone. Be 2 Gurkhas left. We'll go with infantry at 2. Miss. 3 tanks at 6 or less. 1 hit again. 1 hit. Lose one of the Gurkhas. Gets to defend with both of them. 2 at 4. There's a 2 and a 4, so 2 hits. Means I'm going to lose an infantry and a tank. I am a glutton for punishment. There's 1 Gurkha left. I'm going to see if I can take him out. Infantry at 2 or less. 5, that's a big miss. 2 tanks at 6 or less. Hey, 2 tanks at 6 or less. Both of them hit. And we'll go with the Gurkha at 4 or less. 10, that's a miss. So, once again, the Japanese have taken Benares, and they have 2 tanks left surviving. The strategic bomber will fly its way back to Bombay. And the Benares is worth 1, so the Japanese will go up 1, and the FEC will go down 1. That will put the Japanese total up to 24, and the Commonwealth down to 7, I believe. I could be wrong about that one. But those 2 tanks are sitting there, all ripe to be attacked by somebody, I'm sure. Okay, next on the list. Down here, the 2 tanks, 1 from here and 1 from here, going into Portuguese. This one will come up here and then go across, so there's no river penalty. 2 tanks versus 1 militia in Portuguese East Africa. Militia will defend at 2, and the 2 tanks will attack at 6. That back over here where it can be seen. And we'll go 2 tanks at 6 or less, a 5 and a 6. So both of them hit. And the militia will get a defense shot at 2 or less. 5, that'll be a miss. So the Japanese will take Portuguese East Africa and go up another one. So they'll be up to 25. And I didn't bring my tanks over here to set them on Portuguese East Africa. Darn the luck. Should have done that. I should have done that, but I did not. But I'll move the tanks down here to Portuguese East Africa. And look at my list and see what's next. The infantry from Rhodesia into Buchanan land. It's worth nothing, but it's now under Japanese occupation. Did the battle in India. Over here. The mountain infantry will walk on into Primorsky Krai. Japanese will go up to, and the Russians will go down to. And this infantry will walk into eastern Manchuria. So the Japanese will go up a total of 3, and the Russians down a total of 3. It's going to put the Japanese at 28. Japanese at 28. Okay. This one here will be next. 2 damaged battleships. Defending at 7. That's right. That's my old board. Let me look at this side, make sure that's correct. No, damaged battleships defend at 6 in version 3. That's more helpful. Not much, but a little. Looks like 2 destroyers. Let's defend at 4. 2 heavy cruisers. I believe those are at a 6. I'll flip this one over and double check. Heavy cruiser, yes, defense at a 6. All right. Now, one of the dogs is in trouble in the other room. I don't know if you can hear that. I hope it's not too disturbing. Okay, here we've got, if you can see that, because I can't see the back side of the camera, 2 damaged battleships, 2 heavy cruisers defending at 6, 2 destroyers defending at a 4. We've got a submarine attacking at a 3 with a first strike. Well, it won't have a first strike because there are destroyers present, but it will be attacking at a 3 with a target selected 1. And we've got 2 fighters and 2 tactical bombers. Tactical bombers be attacking at a 7 with target selected 3 or less, and the fighters at 6, along with the 2 kamikazes that are also at 7 or less. And they also have a target select on a 1 or 2. Okay. Submarine is not first strike, but I'm going to roll it first anyway, just because I want to. 3 or less, target selected a 1. 12. That's not going to do anything any good. 2 fighters at a 6 or less. A 1 and a 4. So fighters achieve 2 hits. 2 tactical bombers at a 7 or less. Target select at 3 or less. 1 target select hit. And the other was a miss. So target select plus 2 hits. And now we've got the two kamikazes at 7 or less. Target select on 1 or 2. And they both miss. Alright, 3 hits total. I'm sure he'd take off the 2 destroyers. And the target select, I'm going to sink a battleship just because. Might as well. So he is going to be defending 2 destroyers at 4 or less. 3 and 4, 2 hits. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. That was one of his hits. Let me find another die. 4 at 6 or less. 1, 2, 3 hits. So that will be a total of 5 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's everybody. So, well, as luck would have it, I did not break the blockade. So, that's okay. Just means I'll be collecting a lot less money. I do need to leave that over here so I can roll for my wartime income bonus. 8. 8 plus 7 is 15. So the Japanese will collect 15 this time around. Yay me. Okay. So left in C-Zone 56 is 1 damaged battleship and 2 heavy cruisers. And until I place some on the board, being new units, I will have no aircraft left until I place those on the board that I built this turn. So I'll get that turned around. $15. A whole lot less than I had to spend last time. $15 for next turn. And place all the planes in the world. I'm going to place in Tokyo at the factory there. 2 tacticals and a fighter in Tokyo, along with that stack of infantry, the SNLF, and all the other stuff that's still hanging around. Need to put a roundel here and a roundel here. Oh, there's already a roundel there, but so okay. The 2 militia. One of those goes in Tokyo. Tokyo's getting crowded, and the other one in Honshu. There's already one there, but they're not chipped out. But there you go. All right, so that's the end of this turn. And some of the battles went okay, some of them didn't go so okay. But the game goes on. And the FEC and the British, I'm still taking income away from people even if I'm not getting to spend it. So see y'all later. I'm gonna pass this on to Ozark Outpost. Thanks, guys.